Hi guys, happy Wednesday. This is our weekly Ask an Advocate where we come to you to answer your questions, meet you where you're at on your wellness journey. So my name is Danette with Wellness Spoiled.
And I'm Tiffany with Nature's Gift.
We both partner with doTERRA Essential Oils to provide that ongoing support and education behind their products and to help take the overwhelm out. So as you can hear, maybe, I'm a little nasally, although I don't feel nasally, but I sound nasally. And I've got some sinus issues going on. And we thought we would talk about that today because from what I'm hearing, everybody's suffering, and not just in Colorado, but all over the place. So I actually did a little bit of research on why that is. And they were talking about global warming and whatnot, so I wasn't too into that part. But the pollen and plant matter that are we've been kind of inundated this year with pollen and plant matter. And Colorado, we had all that rain, and so our season is lasting longer than it would normally.
Right.
So I was totally fine. And then Saturday, we were sitting outside. That's where we kind of live in the summertime, is outside.
Yeah.
We're sitting out there. And I do have like normal like grass allergies. So like I get hives and stuff with fresh cut grass. So they had mowed on the right side of my house. They were mowing on the left side of my house, and we're sitting outside. And I thought, I attributed it to the fresh grass.
Yeah.
But then things just took a turn and just got worse and worse. So we want to tell you guys a little bit about what each one of us do and why it works. And so go ahead, you start us off.
Well, and I actually right around the same time my allergies started kicking in, and I actually the past 3 years I really haven't had anything. And I used to take something every single day in the summer because of it, but now I just haven't had to. I kind of wait to see if it's going to kick in. I don't just automatically start taking something. But Danette and I were together on Sunday, and we were both like, yep, it started hitting yesterday. So I started in my diffuser. I have one of the humidifier diffusers right next to my bed, and I thought I had it sitting right next to me so I could have showed you. I don't know where it is. Someone stole it out of here. But so I started diffusing lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Those are kind of the seasonal threat blend. But then I also put in Breathe, which, if you don't know, Breathe is part of our 200 PV free stuff, all this Breathe stuff. Anyway, we'll talk about that in just a sec. But I diffuse that at night in my room, and we've actually started closing because it's been so hot, we usually have our windows open at night, but we haven't because it's 80 degrees when we go to sleep. And so anyway, but that's what I've been diffusing. And I've also been taking, there it is, Tri-Ease, which is the same blend in there. I've been taking this every day, sometimes morning and night. So that's what I've been doing. And actually, it seems to be fine. But my boys have had allergies. My husband's had allergies. So we're seasonal threats. Sorry. So we've been taking Tri-Ease. So that's what we've been doing, and it's been working for us. But Danette, I know you've had a little bit more.
Well, yeah, I mean, mine. So I was telling Tiff, my body is really different. So after I had my son, I was very susceptible to sinus infections, and I would get them like twice a year. And then once I started using natural solutions, not only did I not have to take a 24-hour allergy pill anymore, but I didn't get the sinus infections anymore. And so I was telling Tiff, like, I don't understand. In the last 4 years, I haven't had this issue. I very rarely would even take a Tri-Ease. I more took it for pets, like the issues that I would have with pets versus seasonal threats. But that being said, like I am susceptible to the sinus infection. Like I will go from feeling completely fine, not have a cold or anything like that, and then wham, the next, like I'll wake up in the middle of the night, my teeth are hurting. I can feel it, and it's always on my right side. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it's always on my right side. And so when this kicked up for me on Saturday, this totally where I felt it was right in my sinuses. My teeth were hurting. I had pressure. I didn't feel bad. I think that's the weird thing about seasonal threats and the way that your symptoms and stuff are. You don't always necessarily feel bad. Like you might sound bad, but I feel totally fine. And I think I'm on the tail end of whatever I had, like the exacerbated part of it. But so in addition to, I've been diffusing, so we have 2 diffusers in our bedroom. And so, so I do breathe and eucalyptus is what I've been diffusing at night. I also have been putting breathe on the bottom of my feet. Mm-hmm. And then I've been using the breathe roller and literally like rolling it right on, on where my sinuses would be and like down my jawline. And I will do that also with oregano. So make sure that it's the diluted one because oregano is a hot oil. So it will burn if you don't dilute it. But oregano is like a natural antibiotic. And this is what I also add to my, okay, 2 things. So in addition to the lemon, lavender, and peppermint, I was just told on Monday to add basil and tea tree. Mm-hmm. So I've been concocting my own little remedy pill, and I've been swapping back and forth between, if you guys have heard of the flute, which is normally, we call it like our immunity balm. And it's because it's got, so it's got frankincense, that's the F, lemon, on guard, oregano, and tea tree. And then I do plus C, which is copaiba. Mm-hmm. So I've been alternating between that one and then the lemon, lavender, peppermint, basil, and tea tree. The basil, what I noticed as soon as I took that, within, 5 minutes of me adding basil to the pill, it started draining out of my sinuses, which is annoying, yes, but it needed to happen, right? Yep. Like I needed it to come out of there because otherwise it could set in, and that's whenever you get your infections. Yeah. So I was super stoked. I was like, oh, this is nice. It's coming. It's like finally like coming out. So that's why I say I think I'm on the tail end of it. Yeah. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah. There was 2 things, right? I was saying the basil.
Taking probiotics because your gut.
Yes. So the same person who recommended basil to me, she's a diamond in doTERRA. That just means she's successful and doing well and has helped a lot of people. Yeah. She is a former nurse. So she told me about the basil, and then she also said to up my probiotics. So she said if you normally take 1, take 2. So I started doing that too. And so then I researched it today, like why? Like why do we have to up our probiotics? And really our sinuses are influenced by our immune system. Our immune system is influenced by our gut health. And so I'm wondering, and this is like a super stretch and we didn't talk about this at all, but you said you haven't had this issue in years. I haven't had this issue in years. I wonder if what's going on in our world right now, if it's creating our immune defense, being heightened, or something's going on, right? Because for people to have not had issues to all of a sudden have issues, maybe it's the type of plant matter out there, or maybe it has to do with like what's going on in our world, or something. I don't know. But anyway, your gut health plays an integral part in, our allergies and our sinuses and the way our bodies function. So when you're out of whack, you need to, do things. So I always take, and I know Tiff does too, Lifelong Vitality. I always take PB Assist, so I just bumped it up. Always take On Guard Plus, which is our immunity blend, has Melissa and black pepper in it as well. And then Terrazyme, which is digestive enzymes. So just making sure that we are getting to the root cause, because I think that's one of the coolest things about using natural solutions, is this isn't about taking an antihistamine to suppress your symptoms. This is about getting to the root cause and, making it to where you don't have any symptoms for 4 years. Like that to me, if I have to suffer through a couple of days of discomfort, every 4 years, I'm good. Like that's amazing.
Right. Exactly. And one thing I was going to add, I forgot to say another thing that I do. Sorry, going back. I'll get drainage down my throat, and then it itches, and my allergies, I think, sit in my throat. I'm not sure. And then I make that wonderful pig noise. I won't do it live. Ask me later if you want to hear it. But I take peppermint. Goodness, I can't see. Okay, so I take peppermint, put a drop in my hand. Goodness, I'm in the wrong direction. And just rub it in and take a really big breath, and you can start feeling it drain. Okay, you can also do it through your mouth, but getting that really good inhale, and it can help. Well, I mean, I'm sure basil, even if you breathe it in, maybe peppermint and basil, because I'd never heard of the basil part, so I should try that too. But it can start draining, so it's pretty cool. But that's one of my hacks with peppermint as well, and also keeping us cool.
Well, and something that I've used that I don't normally use, and we were talking about this on Sunday, is the Breathe respiratory drops. So my throat was also itchy, and I was just suckling on my Breathe drops, and it totally helped and worked. And so one of the cool things, the last things that we want to share with you, so this month, through the end of the month, doTERRA's doing a 200 PV promo. So you get the Breathe in the roller, so the touch. You get Breathe, a 15 ml of Breathe, so perfect for your diffuser. You get peppermint, so great for inhaling, great for your diffuser, great for just cooling you off in the summer. And you get the Breathe respiratory drops. So talk about, solutions, free solutions for your anything you got going on right now. What a great promo. So I was super stoked because I don't normally use the drops. So I was like, getting a bag of respiratory drops, yay. But I've been mowing them down.
Yeah.
So
replenish.
Yes. Alrighty. So if you guys have any questions, if this spurred anything for you, if you would like solutions for anything else, or need recipes or tips or suggestions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. That is what we're here for. And we will see you next week.
Hey, bye guys.
Bye.